Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys my January haul for this month, which includes books, makeup, and other stuff. If you are new to my channel, hello, welcome. And yeah, this is how I do all of my hauls. Before I used to just do book hauls, but then over the years I've gotten more and more into makeup and stuff. So I always start my videos with the makeup and stuff first, and the books will be at the end. So if you don't like the book, or if you don't like the makeup, you can skip to the books. And if you like both, you can watch the whole thing. And if you only like makeup and you don't like books, then you can skip the books. Everything will be down below, as in there will be timestamps. I really like that YouTube has started making chapters. So if you look at the bar at the bottom of this video, it'll be chunked up into the timestamps. So you'll see the intro, books, makeup, stuff, outro, and you'll know exactly what's going on, so you can pick and choose what you want to watch. I personally love long videos, and so if you like long, stick with me. I like to ramble. If you don't like long, pick something that you do like to watch, watch it, and then please give me a thumbs up because I'm needy. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. I do this for fun, but it's always nice and encouraging when I have feedback. I want to continue giving you guys content that you like and want to watch. So let's get started with the January Boxycharm unboxing. I have been getting Boxycharm for an entire year now. I started last January. I am not affiliated with Boxycharm. I do not have a code. I do not get these for free, but I do really like them, and so I like to share them with you. Now, this is a $25 box. It's a subscription. Every month you get, you know, new stuff. The cool thing with this is that there is a quiz that you take, and so they really do cater to what you request. So if you want mostly skincare and some makeup, they will do that. You can even pick what makeup you really like. Like if you really like mascara and eyeshadow, but you hate blush and you hate something else, you can say that and they won't send those things to you, which is nice because I don't want to waste my money. However, you get 5 items in the box, which means that everything in the box is $5 each. And some of this skincare is hundreds of dollars, and you're getting it for $5. So I absolutely love Boxycharm, mostly because I get skincare. And if you guys have been around for a year, you'll hear my spiel about how I don't know how to purchase skincare, and this is the easiest way because it gives it to me monthly. I don't have to go to the store to buy it. I don't have to look up anything. And then I try it out on my face, and if I don't break out, I continue using it. And if you see results, it's from the serums. Possibly. I don't know. I haven't been out in the sun in almost a year. So the age spots that you see are creeping in from just, you know, I turned 40 in March. So I am getting old. So those are things that are going to happen. But serums and stuff keep you moisturized to keep the wrinkles at bay. With that being said, this month's theme is Fresh Start because, you know, it's January. I will talk about the card at the end, but it does give you all of the prices, and I've already tallied up the price ahead of time. So this is what the box looks like. We've got nice big fat bubble wrap this time. And the first thing in the box is this palette. Now, the reason why I get Boxycharm is because I really like Kathleen Lights. I will leave her channel link down below. When she started, or excuse me, when I started watching her, she did not have 4 million subscribers. She had maybe 100,000. I'm obsessed with Kathleen Lights. One, because she's so personable, bubbly, and, you know, just infectious. And 2, she really reminds me of my middle sister, Christina, the one that lives in New Zealand. I swear, when she's talking, I can see my sister, and it makes me feel like I'm listening to my sister talking. And so I feel more familiar with her, and I love that. But she's been getting Boxycharm for forever, and I wanted to be like her, so I'm buying it too. Anyways, the first thing we have here is the Ciate, it's called the Velvet palette. I could have sworn this was going to be a different feeling, but as you can see mine, there's like these little orange specks on them. I don't know if that's part of the product or if it's just messy. So let's look in the inside. Alright, so it's not like it's been touched, thank goodness, but here are the colors. Now, when Kathleen was showing this off on her channel, it didn't seem like colors that I would want to use. And I don't have a good relationship with Ciate. I feel like their products are kind of chalky. But here is one of those, they're not foiled. They're just shimmery. Maybe it's like a satin. There we go. Here's another one. They're colors that I already own. I don't really need more of these same colors. And I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to give this to my little sister. Yeah, you see, they're not, I mean, they do show up. And they're creamy. These ones do feel creamy. They're not as chalky and dry as the other palette. But I do own all of these colors with other palettes, so I think I'll just give this to my sister. I love giving my stuff away. I buy things and just give them away. So my sister will definitely like this. She's gonna turn 20 this year, and if she doesn't have to buy something, that's great on her. And I like to do stuff for my siblings. So that palette was $30. I don't think it's worth $30, but who am I? I'm not a makeup guru. The next thing I want to talk about is Pharmacy. This is Daily Green's Oil-Free Gel Moisturizer with Moringa and Papaya. I have a couple of the Pharmacy makeup melts. I just put it, you know, I put it on in the shower and just kind of softly rub all of the like makeup off. It takes off the makeup very well. It doesn't burn my eyes. And it's good for the mascara and eyeliner. Alright, so here's what the tub looks like. And I'm interested to see if it smells like papaya. It does come with a little cap here. Oh. It doesn't smell like papaya at all. It smells like... What else is in here? What does it smell? Why would it look... Why would I see it down there? Moringa. Moringa and papaya. It smells citrusy and plant-like, but it does not smell like papaya. If you guys like papaya like I do, some papaya really stinks. It smells almost like rotten fruit, and that's not what this smells like, thank goodness. It says it's mineral oil free, cruelty free, paraben free, formaldehyde free, sans a whole bunch of stuff, and it's I already told you cruelty free. Here's all the little stickers and things. This right here is $38. I'm happy to have another moisturizer. You can't have too much moisturizer, and right now it is dry as heck here in San Diego. Sometimes I go to bed at night and I can't sleep because I'm so itchy. And the lotions that I use are beautifully scented. I'm addicted to Bath & Body Works, but their formula is not very hydrating. It just smells good. Kind of like back in the day when I was using Victoria's Secret's lotion. Again, not very moisturizing, but smelled amazing. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is this Reset Mist. It looks very gorgeous and pretty. It's glass. There's an expiration date on the back. And it says, the Lifestyle Company, this is made in Los Angeles. It's quartz infused, which I don't know what that means. It is 4 ounces, 100% natural. And it is a lavender body and linen spray. Now, Oh, that mist is very, very fine. It's not too bad. I normally hate the smell of lavender, but it says that you can, it also has tea tree infused. I didn't smell any tea tree. It, you can spray it on your sheets before bed to calm you, or you can use it as a toner on your face in the morning to enjoy the properties of tea tree oil. Should I spray it on my face? That makes me a little nervous. Why is everything so small? Like, I have good eyesight, but holy crap, you can't even see that. It's so tiny. It is made in the USA, though. Big. Oh. Wow. It's not super strong, which is nice. Like I said, the lavender's not strong. I usually don't like the smell of lavender, but it's not bad. I don't smell any of the tea tree, and I like tea tree, so that's kind of a bummer. It doesn't have that menthol smell to it, but it is nice, and I don't know. Maybe I'll use it. If not, I'll send it to, well, actually, this is glass and liquid. Maybe I can't send it to my sister. Maybe I'll just spray my stuff. Anyways, that right there is $36. So, again, you spent $5 on this, and it's $36 total. You might not like this, but this is something that you can give away, right? And that's always nice. Okay, the next thing in the box is this here, and this is from Queen. Is that how you say it? Q-V-E-E-N. I always call it Queen, but maybe that's not what it's called. This is the Dragon Duo. And let me take these out. So we have here, ooh, we have two pencils. We have the Dragon Liner. Ooh, yes. Let's test it out. Here is the liquid eyeliner. So you can get it very thin and also thicker. And I'll wait a moment to see how it is with the, if it smudges or not, and if it stays black and shiny, or if it gets matte or not. But you never can have too many liquid eyeliners. And I do like that close. When you put it in, there's like a, you can feel like there's a spring in here. So you know that not only is it secure, but it's kind of like, it feels like it's pumping the liquid into the tip every time you pull it out. So it's going to be fresh. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like. And then you also get a regular black eyeliner, a pencil. And there's the pencil. It's nice and black. It is a gel liner. I like gel better than the wooden, because the wooden scratches my eyes when it gets to be low. And I believe all of these kinds of pencils nowadays can just be sharpened. So I like that. We get a liquid and a pencil. And here we go. So the pencil absolutely can be rubbed off. It's not waterproof. And the liquid, it faded a little bit because of the eyeshadow that's up here, but it didn't like smear, which is a good sign. So it does fade, but it doesn't smear. I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, that right there, the Dragon Duo is $28. And the last thing in the box, which I'm the most excited for, is Dr. Brandt's Do Not Age Triple Peptide Eye Cream. Now, I am starting to get, and you guys can't tell, you see these right here, these crow's feet? I mean, they're not there when I don't smile, but there's sometimes when I wake up in the morning and like the underneath my eye is very crepey, like super dry, and I hate it. And I wish they just had a cream or something for my Grand Canyon here, because that's the only thing I want to get rid of. I don't mind smile lines or crow's feet, but this thing drives me crazy. Anyways, here is the eye cream. It says, for all skin types, wrinkles, dark circles, puffiness eye cream. Apply AM and PM to your eye contour. Avoid contact with the eyes. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? It's supposed to go near my eyes, but not in my eyes. Why can't it be eye safe? And this is what it looks like. Oh, okay. And here's the cream. It feels thickish. Oh. Oh. This smells like tea tree a lot. I wonder why. Yeah. It smells very medicinal. It doesn't say what it's made of. What does it have in it? I can't read French. Where is the English? So the first ingredient is water. The second ingredient is shea butter. Oh yeah, there's methylsilanol. So there's some kind of menthol-y thing in here. Anyways. It's supposed to help restore, replenish moisture, help puffiness, help diminish fine lines and wrinkles, and recharge tired eyes to provide a more rested look. Miracle. I hope this works because I do always look tired in the morning. Alright, and then this particular item is $82, which is so expensive. I would never buy this on my own. And again, the box is $25. This is $82. This right here is worth the entire box. I don't care what else I got. I like skincare, and this gives you skincare. So, again, I am not affiliated with Boxycharm. I don't get paid to say any of this stuff. But if you want to try out skincare, you like skincare, I would try Boxycharm for a few months, and hopefully you get something and you like it. I don't know. It's worth it to me to get every month. I like presents, and so getting something new to try out is always beneficial, in my opinion. Alright, so I did total everything up, and the entire box was $214. Again, I paid this. Like, you can find all this stuff in Sephora and Ulta. You can look on the websites. These are the real prices. It's not like it's hiked up to puff out the box to make it look like a good deal. These are literally the prices of the items, and so it is a good deal to buy them. One more thing to share with you guys. I did buy Kathleen Light's new trio. It had to be Moon, and it was funny because I saw the colors being posted on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and I looked it up online, and they weren't on the website, and I was like, oh, maybe I missed it. Maybe they're sold out, but I didn't like look super duper hard. By the way, here's the package. So I didn't look super hard, and then I got a text message, because I get text messages from Lights Lacquer saying when they're going to have sales and stuff. And so, yeah, they ended up having the sale, and I bought it. And I think now it's sold out. But, wow, excuse me. I forgot how to vlog and talk and open something at the same time. Anywho, I just wanted to add this to my January haul. Alright, well, it's not going to keep the carton. So it says it had to be Moon, and these are the 3 colors that it comes with. There's this like gray color, a blue, like a periwinkle, and then a like a glitter. And so I thought it was gorgeous. These are the kind of colors that I like to wear, and I haven't put on fingernail polish in a really long time. because whenever I watch something on TV that makes me worried or nervous or scared, I tend to bite my nails. Anywho, here's the color. So we have this gray one, which is Moon River. We have this blue color, which is almost the same color as my car. My car is a little bit brighter than this. It's called Blue Moon. And then here is the glitter. Oh my gosh, so gorge. Can you see that? And that is called Moonstone. Anyways, on to the stuff. I was watching Books and Lala. I was watching Kayla's videos last year, and she had a map on her wall. And then this year I saw the same map, and I was like, ooh, I've been wanting to do this for a while. And I tried it on Google, like maps where you can create your own map and like kind of like dot different places. I wanted to have almost like a thumbtacked bulletin board of all of the places that I have gone in my books and see if, like, I don't know. I was going with something a couple of years ago. I wanted to do it. It didn't really pan out. And so I bought myself a map. Now, I haven't opened this yet. This is called the Global Walkabout. And hopefully it is what I want it to be. It's supposed to be the world map and the United States map. Oop. So hopefully that's in there. I thought it was supposed to come with a scratcher, but obviously it doesn't have that. So we have here the United States. And then we have all of the flags, all the state flags, which is fun. And then on this side, we have the entire world. Now with this particular map, what's supposed to happen is once I scratch off a country or a state, it's going to show me the flag underneath it, which I really like. So I just read it took place in both Ireland and London. And so I could scratch out all of the UK. Maybe not Scotland. Is that? Well, it doesn't differentiate Scotland on the map. But yeah, anyhow, I like that. I can scratch off. It's supposed to be easy to scratch. I'm surprised it didn't come with anything. And these are posters, so you're going to have to pin them, tape them. I'm just going to keep them rolled up and then scratch off what I need to and then keep it in this little tube and then display it at a later date. Yeah, because I can't just have it sitting on my wall. It didn't match. Anywho, I'll show you guys a bit of this in another video when I finally scratch them off and I can like review it. Not that I'm reviewing it for the company itself, but I can review it and let you know whether or not it was worth the purchase, and maybe if you want to have a map too. I mean, that's basically what I bought this for. I wanted to uncover all of the countries and states that I read the books from, so I can kind of see, you know, how much of the world I've read. I thought it would be fun. If you do not like books, goodbye, thank you for coming. If you like books and you didn't like the other stuff, hello, welcome, and on to the books. So I've had some books that I've been interested in for the last couple of months. Some things I have seen online, some things I was just, you know, browsing, found the book interesting and purchased it. So the first thing I have here is Fever Dream by Samantha Schweblin. Maybe. I saw this on Lala's channel and I also added it to my wish list, I believe last year, right? No, this came out in 2017. This was on my wish list last year, but maybe it's just because I saw it on Kayla's channel. And if you guys don't know, I love these tiny little squat books. They are my favorite. And so, yeah, it's tiny and small. I can't remember what it's about. Let me look at it really quick. It says, a young woman named Amanda lies dying in a rural hospital clinic. A boy named David sits beside her. She's not his mother. He's not her child. Together, they tell a haunting story of broken souls, toxins, looming environmental and spiritual catastrophes, and the ties that bind a parent to a child. So, yeah, very interesting. It is, let me tell you how many pages it is, because, yeah, it's 183 pages, and currently I'm reading books that are under 250 for the first half of the year. So I'm excited to pick this up ASAP. The next book I purchased, which was on my most anticipated reads last year, that is The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. Another book I believe Kayla read. I get a lot of my book recommendations from her. I sometimes find books that I think are interesting, and then once I watch her book hauls, or if she talks about the book, then I absolutely put it in my Amazon wish list. And so, yes. This one says it is about a newly widowed Elsie is sent to see out her pregnancy at her late husband's crumbling country estate. What greets her is far from life of luxury she expected when she married the young heir just weeks before. With her new servants resentful and the local villagers actively hostile, Elsie has only her husband's awkward cousin for company. Or so she thinks. Inside her new home lies a locked door beyond which, let me move this sticker out of the way, beyond which is a painted, what is it painted? Painted what? Show me! Painted wooden figure. Ooh, I'm interested. I hate stickers. Why do they put stickers on books? That is just an abomination. I hate it so much. Alright, silent companion that bears a striking resemblance to Elsie herself. The residents of the bridge are terrified of the figure, but Elsie tries to shrug this off as simple superstition. That is, until she notices the figure's eyes following her. Yes, please. Have you guys seen the movie Dolls? I might have talked about this on my channel before, but it's an 80s movie. It's a horror. It's like BC horror, but it's about a room full of dolls that kill the people that are in the house. And I like stories like that. So I wonder if this like figure is going to then murder people. Please say something gruesome is going to happen. This book is 304 pages, but it doesn't look that long. It doesn't look like it's 304 pages. Huh. Anyways, definitely looking forward to reading this one. The book I purchased is The Blackbird Season by Kate Moretti. I had this on my wish list like 2017 maybe, and I did get this from NetGalley, but because it's an ebook and I never read ebooks, I decided to finally just pick up the physical copy and read it. One, I wanted to read it because there's birds on the cover, and two, it says 1,000 dead starlings fall onto a high school baseball field, unleashing a horrifying and unexpected chain of events that will rock the close-knit community. And it's set in Pennsylvania, so I wanted to read it. A lot of the books that I have currently been reading lately are in Pennsylvania, which is weird because Ashley and I buddy read so much, and she lives in Pennsylvania, and so we're always like, huh, it's in Pennsylvania. And then I have to ask her, is this near you? And she's like, Pennsylvania's big. No, that's not near me. Or yes, that is pretty much closer than what you would expect. There isn't a good chapter header on any of these, but it does tell you the date, so maybe it's in like diary form. The next book I have here is The Girl in the Green Silk Gown by Shannon McGuire. Next month is the theme for the Buzzwordathon is color, and I am going to be reading Green Mile from Stephen King, but I also wanted to maybe check out other books with colors in the title. This is actually the second book in this series, and I love Shannon McGuire. The first book, let me see if it's written in here. Yes, the first book is called Sparrow Hill Road, and this came out in 2018. So I wonder if this is just a duology because it doesn't have a third book listed, and is it called, it's not called a bibliography. What is it? I don't know. So there's the chapters. There's no chapter heads, but there is a graveyard as your transition, which I like. And yeah, this is 330 something pages. I'm looking forward to reading the two books. The first one's called Sparrow Hill Road. So I would have to read both of them in February to get to the second book. We'll see. All right, the next one I purchased is called Zoo City by Lauren Beukes. I read Lauren Beukes last month and really enjoyed that book. Why can't I think of the name right now? I read Broken Monsters. Really enjoyed it. There was a lot of characters and I didn't like that aspect of it until I got 100 pages in and then realized how they all interact and, you know, are going to be connected for the rest of the story. I typically don't like tons and tons of characters that I have to like follow, but I do really like her writing style, and so I'm looking forward to reading more by her. Now I do own The Shining Girls, and so I wanted to try my hand on another of her books, and this again is called Zoo City. It says that there is Zinzi has a sloth on her back, a dirty 419 scam habit, and a talent for finding lost things. When a little old lady turns up dead and the cops confiscate Zinzi's last paycheck, she is forced to take on her least favorite kind of job, missing persons. I like missing persons stories, so I bought it. The next thing I purchased was the finale in the Merciless series. Here are what the books look like. Now I've read the Merciless, the first one, and if you like exorcisms or exorcist books, you're gonna like this one. It's a great horror. I am currently in the middle of reading the second one, which is called The Exorcism of Sophia Flores. This is slow as heck, and maybe it's just because it's taken me like 5 years to read it. I only pick it up every once in a while and read like a chapter and then I put it down. Maybe it would have been better if I just read it all in one go. Normally that's the case, but yeah. I'm slowly trying to get through this one. This is the third, which I have on my shelves down there, and that one is called Origins of Evil. And this one's called Last Rites. I love these covers. They don't have any dust jackets, but the insides are super awesome. I like the pentagrams. I do love the deckled edges. Again, I just wanted to complete my series. I have read Survive the Night, which is also very good. And I do own some of her books that she writes under Danielle Rowlands instead of Danielle Vega. Overall, if you like YA tropes, YA horror, how it's very kind of like cheesy, but also just entertaining, I would pick up this series. Again, the first one is the best so far. I mean, I can't really talk about the series itself because I've only finished the first book, but I loved the first book so much that I hope the rest of the series is good. I'm crossing my fingers. But yeah, that's the fourth one. And then I purchased this bad boy here because this cover is amazing. It's called John Dies at the End. This is the updated special edition by David Wong. All new commentary from the characters and the author. What does that mean? I have no idea. Melissa, or Missy, Melissa. I don't call myself that on this channel. Missy, tell me, why'd you buy this? Well, back in the infamous times of 2018, when I was subscribed to a horror book subscription box called the Nocturnal Readers, before they stole $180 from me and then fled the scene, I got the second and third books in this series, and they're all different editions. Like the second one I have is a hardcover, which is really nice, and it's got all of these cute little pictures on it. And then the third book is a chunky, small, and fat paperback. And so I figured I'm on a roll on my editions not matching. Might as well continue. And so I bought this one. Again, by David Wong. This is the first book in this series, and I've been dying to read this series, but I needed the first book in order to do so. Yeah. It's the infamous first book in the best-selling John Dies at the End series and the basis for the cult classic film, now updated with supplementary material that will only make everything worse. I don't know what that means. I haven't watched this movie, but I'm looking forward to it. I don't even really know what this is about. Is it like a murder mystery? What kind of story is this? A drug that can destroy the fabric of reality itself falls into the hands of two small town dudes who are in no way equipped to deal with it. Will anyone make it out alive? The fact that this book has multiple sequels would suggest the answer is yes. I hope this is funny. I really hope it's like, you know, silly boy humor that I'm just going to fly through, kind of like Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. That book was amazingly weird, and I really like reading from a boy's perspective because they don't think like me, or at least the books that I've read stereotypically don't think like me. It's a lot of fun to go through their voice, and so I'm excited to read that one. The next book that I purchased is The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge. This is a cover by. I love this look where it looks like it's wood. I took art history in college, and wood carving, printed, stamped is called. Tell me in the comments below. I'll probably look it up and insert into the video like I always do, because I don't want to go look it up right now. But yes, I love this kind of look. I like the hand, I like the ocean, I like the night sky, and the back. Lev Grossman says it's magnificent. The Night Ocean is an impossible, irresistible novel, a love letter to the unlovable that speaks the unspeakable. Lev, you're not making any sense. Let's continue. Who else talks? Victor Laval, I'm currently reading his book about Black Tom, something like that. He says, straight up brilliant. A sly, witty, but still loving send-up of H.P. Lovecraft and some of the grand anxieties of the American 20th century. Buy this book because it's got a little bit of H.P. Lovecraft in it. So it says, Marina has a problem. Her husband, Charlie, has become obsessed with the horror writer H.P. Lovecraft, and in particular with the events of the summer of 1934, when the reclusive Lovecraft lived for 2 months with a young fan named Robert Barlow and his family in Central Florida. I don't want to read any more because I am interested in Lovecraft. I've read many books that have Lovecraftian-esque elements to it. I own the entire works of Lovecraft, but I've never read him before. I don't know why I'm scared to pick up his books, but I am. I wish it had deckled edges. It does not. Let's see underneath the dust jacket. Ew. It's black and white or cream. It's black and cream. However, it is embossed in like waves. If you can feel the texture. Can you feel it with me? Feel the texture. I love the texture. Alright, let's check to see if there's any cool transitions. Please. Ooh, okay, we got acts going on, or books, whatever you want to call it. We do have some pictures. That is the sea. And there's no chapter heads. Bummer, wah wah. But at least it's not Roman numerals. This book, I just did a review on this, but this book is in Roman numerals. And then Ashley and I just finished The Man from the Train, and that one also has Roman numerals. I don't want to read Roman numerals. It is very windy outside. Alright, anyways, very much looking forward to reading that one. If you have read The Night Ocean, let me know down below. It wouldn't be a book haul by me if it didn't have nonfiction in it. And so I purchased the Valedictorian? I don't know what a valedictorian is. The Valedictorian of Being Dead. The True Story of Dying 10 Times to Live by Heather B. Armstrong. Yeah, I look how cute her family is. Oh. Sometimes I wish I had daughters, and sometimes I'm just happy I don't have to deal with the drama. It says, for years, Heather has alluded to her struggle with depression on her website, Deuce. It's scattered throughout her archive, where it weaves its way through posts about pop culture, music, and motherhood. In 2016, Heather found herself in the depths of depression she just couldn't shake, an episode darker and longer than anything she'd previously experienced. She had never felt so discouraged by the thought of waking up in the morning, and it threatened to destroy her life. For the sake of herself and her family, Heather decided to risk it all by participating in an experimental clinical trial. Now, when I was reading this, I thought the experiment was they put her in like a coma, or it wasn't like electric shock therapy. They did something, but I'm excited to find out. I don't know what that something is, but they did it in order to cure or help manage her depression, and so that sounds fascinating. I don't suffer from depression, but I know people who do, and it's always good to learn more about the subject in order to be more aware and caring. Because for someone who doesn't experience depression, I could just say, what's the big deal? You know, there's nothing bad going on. You have a roof, you have food, you have clothes, you have a job, you have family, you have friends. Why are you sad? What is wrong with you? I could say that, but that's super ineffective and very rude. You know what I mean? That's saying that what they are experiencing and going through is invalid, and that is never something that you should tell anybody who is suffering from mental health. And so reading more about it and hearing people's struggles in different ways allows you to be more aware and to know kind of how to react to those kinds of people and what to say instead of putting your foot in your mouth, because that's never it's never fun to make someone feel bad and then you be embarrassed because you unintentionally made somebody feel bad. All right, the next book that I bought was Forget You, Know Me. Ooh, I didn't notice that this has like, can you see there's like texture here. It looks like the picture was crumpled up and then tried to like spread out and flatten out. This is by Jessica Strawser. And if you say, hey Missy, you already bought that book. I did. I bought this book back in like last year, March, and I forgot that it was on my shelves. And this, my friends, is why you need to have a collection on an app or in writing of all the books you have, because otherwise you see a cover and you're like, oh yeah, that was on my wish list, or oh yeah, that was on my most anticipated reads list. I really want to buy that. And then you buy it and then you're like, I own this book. So I'll be sending this to Ashley. Hope you like it, Ashley. We should buddy read it. All right. And then finally, I just received 2 packages in the mail. I believe both of these are from publishers. So the first one, it says Valley Oasis. Not quite sure who Valley Oasis is. Sometimes you don't get a book from the publisher that contacts you. They use somebody else. Yeah. So that wasn't from a publisher. That was a book that I bought off of Amazon. I purchased The White Darkness by David Grann. I really like David Grann, and it's Killers of the Flower Moon. That's the one he wrote. Anyways, ooh, look how small. So excited. And this, oh my gosh. Oh, it's got pictures. I love pictures. Look at the pictures. Okay. But before I like get distracted. So Ashley and I, we read on themes. We've started doing that. So last month we did serial killers. We did a YA serial killer book, an adult serial killer book, and a nonfiction serial killer book. This month, we are doing survivors. So our YA survivor book for this month is Obsidio, which I'm really excited about because I haven't read Gemina. I read Gemina back in 2016, and so it's been like 5 years, and I really need to finish that series. But we're reading Obsidio. And then for the adult book, we're going to read Fireman. Our nonfiction, we're reading The White Darkness, which is a first-person account of trekking across Antarctica alone, solo, a solo trek. I believe he is related to Shackleton, and up to this point last month, so I'm excited to continue on with Antarctica. And again, I can scratch this off my map for Antarctica. I'm so excited. I like the fact that this has pictures in it. It says it's got 50 stunning photographs. Look at the end pages is like the landscape of Antarctica. And then underneath the dust jacket, is there anything fun? Nope, it's just white. Although, how nice to have a fully white book with like silver on its spine. I hate when you have books and like you get half a color and then another color. I never like those kinds. And I don't have very many white books. A lot of the time it's black underneath or whatever. But yay, looking forward to that one. Okay. This, however, is from a publisher. I just received it today, so let's open it up, shall we? And moving this year, and I'm really gonna miss my mail lady. She's been delivering our mail for the last 15 years, and she hikes up 3 flights of stairs and puts all of my books in front of my door. Like the substitute mailman that comes when she's off throws all my stuff into the lockers, and then I have to go to the mailbox to go pick up all of my books. But she walks up 3 flights of stairs for me. I love her. I wish I could take her with me. Anyways, oh yes. Okay, so I can't remember what publishing house contacted me. What are they called? They're called Head of Zeus. So Head of Zeus contacted me and asked if I wanted to read some books that are coming out in February. And I was like, yes, please. I received both of these books. I got them from K Publicity, but they are both under the publishing house Head of Zeus. Let's talk about the nice chunky paperback first. This is called a limited edition proof. So does that mean that I should keep this forever and ever because it's going to be valuable one day? Probably not. But I do like the outside and the back. This was supposed to come out in November, but it's not actually going to be released until the 4th of February. So I need to get on the ball and read this. This is from a German author. It is translated by Jamie Bullock. I've never read a book from a German author, I don't think. But again, I can cross this off my country list. How exciting. Let me look up. This is the only thing I'm going to look up because I really forgot what the package is about. It's about the only survivor of a killer known in the tabloids as the Barber. Emma gives up her job and retreats from the world to stay at home, quiet, anonymous, safe. He won't find her here. All she did was take a parcel for a neighbor. She has no idea what she's let into her home. Fitzek's thrillers are breathtaking, full of wild twists. That was a quote from Harlan Coben, which I haven't read before yet. But yes, I'm excited to read, a German translated book, thriller, murder mystery about a serial killer, like always, and he's named the Barber. So is it going to be like, you know, Sweeney Todd? Because that would be epic. All right, and then the next book I got from the same publisher is Dana Stabenow, The Spoils of the Dead. Now, this cover does not strike me as something I want to read. However, it did sound good in the beginning, in the front, like in the synopsis. By the way, this is book 5 in the series. And I did read on Goodreads, one of the commenters said that you don't have to read it in order. It's totally fine. So it says, it's Labor Day in Bluestown, Alaska, and it seems most of the town's 3,500 residents have turned out to celebrate or to cause trouble. Not Liam Campbell, though. He's checking out the local watering hole in his new town. He's finally made it out of New Windham and is ready for a quiet life with his wife. He's been in town for about a week when an archaeologist invites him out to his dig site outside of town. He's on the verge of a momentous discovery, one he says will be worth the state trooper's time. 2 days later, the archaeologist is dead, murdered on his own dig site, and Liam Campbell is about to learn that he's traded one troubled bush town for another. So, yes, this cover does not match. If it had an archaeological dig with like a dead man in it, that would make me want to really read it. And I'm glad I looked up the synopsis because this cover did not deliver. Yeah. Let me know down below if you have read a book that was really good but had a really crappy cover. And I guess this is all of the other books in the series. Fire and Ice, So Sure of Death, Nothing Gold Can Stay, and Better to Rest. This lady lives, she's been born and raised in Alaska, so it's going to be her own take on it, which is very nice. Sometimes you don't want to read somebody who has researched a certain area, but doesn't have the familiarity or the language of that certain place that they're talking about. So I'm sure we're gonna hear Alaskan slang, Alaskan cultural references, their own particular style of living and town and things that are interesting to them, which is always fun to read about. And it's a murder mystery, and that's my stick. Shtick. I love murder mysteries. All right, those are all of the books, all of the things, all of the makeup that I wanted to share with you guys. This is a pretty long video. I do apologize for that. I will try to do a good edit job. I'm still, after 7 years. Oh my God, what day is it? It's the 19th. My booktube birthday was the 14th of January. I have been on here for 7 years. That's a long time. That's a long time to not get better at something. But again, this is a hobby, so whatever. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below what books that I have purchased this month that you are interested in reading yourself or hearing me talk about. Do you get Boxycharm? Did you get the same stuff as me? I know my box was completely different from Kathleen's this month, and I was surprised because sometimes we do get a lot of the same things, but I'm very excited to try out the eye cream because I swear my eyes are super, super, like, oily on the lid and then really dry down here. Maybe that's everybody, but I'm excited to test out this new eye cream. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!